You are now listening to the Two Nerds and Slim podcast.
Hello, world, and welcome to episode 8 of our broadcast. And as usual, we got
your boy Tito's here.
And your boy Slim.
Alright, so today on May 3rd, Marvel dropped a trailer of basically how they're going to take over the whole cinematic universe again for like probably another 10 years.
Been waiting for this.
But this trailer showed what they have done in the past 10 years. I ain't gonna lie, bro, I teared in my eye.
What?
Yeah, I mean, not a tear, but just brought a whole bunch of feelings back. Like, man, I missed that.
Mm-hmm. It
Let me
did.
get my violin.
Yeah, and bash it over your head.
Exactly. Shove that down your throat.
Y'all crying out here, man.
Man,
So you mean to tell me that you can't sit up here and remember the moment when you was in theaters? I think we was all together when Captain America got help from the whole Marvel universe to go get Thanos.
Yeah, I remember
and finally
that.
save it simple.
I remember that.
oh yeah,
And
that
what
was,
feelings did that cause? You've
Excitement.
been committed for 10 years of movies.
It was excitement. I was like happy. I was like, sweet.
oh yeah, gave you goosebumps.
know, I remember it was a great moment in movie history, especially being in a theater with, hundreds of people. It was sweet. I remember the feeling. I definitely didn't cry.
Nah, the energy was crazy though. Like
was
you could
tall
just
cry.
feel like it was like a
Overwhelming.
build up to that moment.
Yeah,
It was.
way overwhelming.
I mean, especially because in the movie before we had watched them all die, so that
Yeah.
helped too.
That made you think. What if Marvel didn't make Endgame? What if they just left it at the end where they all died and that's it?
Man, I would be
That
salty.
messed up.
That would be the most
Or would
savage move ever.
Nah, I would have been mad. I left mad when
Could've been
we
more
watched
realistic.
Infinity War. When I left, I was like, "That's it? That's how we gonna leave it?"
Like, that's
Man,
how
I
it
remember
is.
people crying. I do remember that. Especially when Spider-Man went.
Yeah.
Oh, man, you seen like pure kids' hearts get destroyed.
Yeah.
I understand a child crying, but an adult, nah. If you're
That was
crying
happening
about
too.
something like that,
That was happening in spades.
like, come on, son.
Yeah, there was like
It's a movie.
women, children crying when Iron Man died. I mean, I was like,
I can't even understand women,
I love the movie, but I'm not gonna cry about it.
because women are emotional creatures, but so are men too, but just for different reasons. But I mean, like, my wife cries about reality TV shows all the time, which is weird.
Yeah, I don't get that.
I ain't get that. I ain't knew that
Me
was
neither.
possible. That's new to me.
Yeah,
Me neither, but that's what triggers her. But yeah, I don't know. It was exciting for me, the moment, and I do remember it, so I would say it was pretty significant in my experiences watching those movies for all those years. But I was a late bloomer anyway to
Yeah.
oh, we know.
the Marvel universe, as they call it.
But
But I'm glad I joined it.
are you excited for like on this new trailer that you watched? Are you excited for the movies that are coming up, or you're just like I don't know
y'all
anything
gonna
about it?
I know y'all gonna give me crap about it, but I wouldn't say I'm excited because here's the reason. I am a person who, again, we know I don't have a lot of knowledge of like the more comic book level, characters and the stories. So it's
Yeah.
like for me, when I see the trailers that I just saw, it's like even Black Widow, like for instance, she's an important person in the Marvel universe. Well, I know nothing about her. Like, I don't know her story. I never heard of her until these movies came out.
Yeah,
Like, I don't know what her power is or
Well,
anything.
well, she's basically an assassin. Like
Right.
she don't got no powers. She's just been trained as a little girl to be like basically a
Yeah.
spy for her whole life.
Expert killer.
Yeah,
And that's probably why I don't know about her. Because when I was a kid, something like that would definitely turn me off. Like, what'd you say? She has no power? Okay.
yeah,
Next hero. So,
man.
but like even with the Black Panther thing, like I'm not excited because Black Panther was great and he died. So what am I looking forward to here? Like they're gonna have to recast it
Yeah,
I'm not
that I don't
excited
know.
because I don't know what to expect.
Well, that's an argument right there that people having. Should they recast the role of Black Panther?
I think they
Period.
should though.
I think they should too.
I mean,
I
it's
know.
not even a it's not even a question. They have to. He's dead.
But they might not. They might just use existing characters to fill the role. That's what they're debating, basically.
Right, because in the comic books, it's a
Oh,
couple
you
of
mean
people
like
to the
put
mantle.
make somebody else become the Black Panther?
Yeah,
Yeah, because his
Who's already
sister
a part
technically
of the
became
movie.
Black Panther for a while.
yeah. In the comics, she took over the mantle for X amount of
So
years.
why y'all don't want that then? If it's something
I
that sticks to the comic.
I'll go first. The reason I
Yeah.
don't want it because of the current actor who they have playing the sister. The role she does now to me is perfect. Like there's no way I could see her all of a sudden become Black Panther superhero, and she basically the smartest person in the Marvel universe as Iron Man died.
Yeah,
Like she planned that perfectly. So why would you sit up here and move her from that?
yeah.
I get what you're saying.
I feel like she got to play her role because when she took it over, it was like later in the timeline. Like we only got one movie, and basically, like Pauly said, like she's almost like the new Tony Stark. You know what I'm saying? All the technology. I mean, this is just my opinion. Is probably gonna start coming out of Wakanda.
Yeah.
You know, like the stuff for Avengers and all that stuff. Because Tony was the guy creating it, and now he's gone. So
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I think she just got to play her role. If they make her it, I'll watch it. But I think like they need to give her a little bit more character development before they just say, "Here, you're the Black Panther."
Yeah, but so how do they replace the Black Panther then, if that's the case?
That I don't know.
You're saying she need more character development, then that means whoever they put in place gonna need some development.
Yeah, but I don't know. I mean, the Marvel has a lot of avenues of how to bring people into the universe because they're about to start going into different dimensions and all that. I mean, they could bring a Black Panther from a different dimension to be Black Panther here. I mean, I don't know.
That's a possibility. That's a good one. I didn't even think about that. They could do that.
But I think a
my,
lot of people are going to come back that way.
True. Because my original thought, if they would have kept Black Panther as the way it is without Chadwick Boseman, then what you do is you make Black Panther somebody else. Don't make it be T'Challa. Make it be another character get the mantle. Because you technically had, what's his name? Killmonger. He was Black Panther. Even though technically in the story he do come to Black Panther for a minute, but then it's like a whole bunch of espionage and craziness in the comics. But Michael B. Jordan could play the role. It's a possibility. But you know, Chadwick killed some roles, so
Yeah, I don't know.
And
He
Michael
could
B. Jordan dead.
in the
Yeah.
I mean, his
well, I mean it's a
character.
comic book movie. Nobody can die. They always come back.
yeah. I don't know.
Even though Marvel
like
really
that.
haven't done that yet, but I mean we're
They
going
did that in
against
the
both
last one.
floors here.
They brought everybody back.
Well, technically they
Really?
weren't dead though.
I'm
I'm
pretty
about to
sure
say, 'cause
were.
they ain't bring back what's his name from Guardians of the Galaxy,
Who's that?
Who?
the main villain.
Oh, Ronan.
Yeah,
But he was
And-
dead before then.
but he like in the comic book world, he like a humongous boss dude. Like he's supposed to come back like a couple of times, but they
He's a
left
mini
him
boss.
dead.
He a mini boss.
Yeah, mini boss. But
Miniature death.
we'll see. I mean, as long as they got Infinity Stones, they can bring him right back if they want to.
Well,
They still
yeah.
exist.
Yeah, they went back in the timeline. So yeah,
Right.
I'm excited for that Shang-Chi. That movie looks great.
With Shang-Chi, hear me out. I like what I see, and I don't like what I don't see.
What?
What's that?
Okay.
So Shang-Chi looked good. It's a martial arts Marvel movie, and I love martial art movies.
Yep.
Period. Right? But it still seems like a Marvel movie just with martial arts. Like my idea of Shang-Chi at first when I heard it was getting made was, he's supposed to be the master of all martial arts, right?
Yeah, he's the best basically.
Right.
Yeah.
So I was hoping it would be like more of a martial arts flicks with like the old school hand to hand fighting, all that stuff, like in like a new age version of it, because they just don't make that no more, at least in America.
Well, I mean, we haven't seen the movie. We don't know
This
yet.
is true. This is true. But I mean, but what the trailer already shown though, it's gonna have a little of it, but it's gonna be like still special effect bound. Don't get me wrong, it's gonna be good.
Yeah.
I ain't saying nothing bad about the movie. It's just not my vision of what I thought it was gonna be. Cause I thought it'd be like there'll be the martial arts movie to beat, but what has been shown to us already is going to be a great martial arts Marvel movie.
That's what I want to see. I don't. They ain't gonna do like some old Jet Li and you know, Jackie Chan type movies.
Do y'all?
Huh?
Let me ask you this: do y'all still get impressed by like martial arts?
In what sense?
It still impresses you? Like it's still like, oh, that was sweet when you see moves in movies. Like, because for me, I'm like,
Oh yeah.
I've seen it all. Like, what can you show me as far as martial arts that I'm gonna be like, oh, that was so dope. Never seen that before. Like, I've seen a gazillion movies with karate and martial arts in them. Ain't too much martial arts gonna excite me now. Like, just being honest. Like, I'm not really excited, and it's partially because I don't know anything about this, whatever his name is, Chi Ali.
Nah.
Um,
Shang
but
Chi.
Wow.
yeah, that guy. I don't know nothing about him, who he is, but also like martial arts doesn't impress me. It's like seen it all, seen it all,
But
seen different levels of martial arts.
I'll give you a little breakdown basically of Shang Chi. Like he's basically an orphan, and his father grows up, you know, teaches him martial arts, and he thinks his father is like a humanitarian or whatever, but he's really not. He's a villain, and he's using these kids to do his evil work. You know what I'm saying? So he teaches him from a little boy, and he grows up and becomes, you know, the master of all martial arts, basically.
Gotcha.
That's his storyline. And in this storyline, I think he's going to fight in a tournament. His father comes to get him because he's the best, of course, and he has to fight in this tournament to get his father the 10 ring, because those 10 rings have like a huge implications in the Marvel universe, like with the Mandarin and all those things like that. It's gonna
That
basically
sounds
go into the
not
next
interesting.
phase. This guy. But I get impressed with martial arts, man. I still love watching martial arts. I used to watch it, you know, after Saturday morning cartoons, and you'll see the old kung fu flicks, and I used to watch them. Even though the stories are not great, but still, like, just watching it used to be fun.
Yeah, I'm about to say because I was raised on Shaw Brothers
Yeah,
and all their old school kung fu flicks, and then still, to me, some of their flicks are more better than things that we have now. Like to this day, Five Deadly Rhythms is like one of the coldest martial arts flicks of all time,
it's
and
pretty
it's
good.
so tacky.
Yeah, the
But
effects are trash.
yeah,
Yeah,
so when I
see,
do see a good martial art flicks, you know what I'm saying, I don't look for like something new. I look more for like the capability of who doing the martial arts. That's like
nobody,
prime
because they
example. We
all
talking about
get
Jackie.
hooked up to wires and all type of whack stuff like
No,
that.
I
So,
don't like that. I don't like wire martial arts. Like
so
the
you would
wire thing was cool and Crouch the Tiger, Hidden Dragon, but
say you would.
I
No, it
don't like
wasn't.
that.
No,
Yeah,
it
it
wasn't.
worked for some
It
movies.
made the
That
movie.
movie sucked.
What? No,
Ooh.
man, that
That
movie
movie
was good.
sucked. That was probably the movie that made me be like, all right, I'm done with kung fu flicks for now. When I saw that, I was like, nope. I saw a dude running on a tree branch. I was like, it's a
Yeah,
wrap. I was like, I'm done watching this. Then they had like that phase where Jet Li was like the man, and he made like 3 or 4 movies in a row. And like I watched all of them, and then I was like, this is trash. I was like, Jet Li doing like the fake stuff. I'm like, he floating in the air, and what was that movie he had with Aaliyah? Like,
Romeo Must
oh
Die.
yeah.
yeah, like I was like, no, Jet Li must die. Romeo ain't gotta die. I was over it. I was
It
like, come on,
that was
son.
just a phase of the martial arts, man. It was doing all that stuff. It was
I
alright.
get that, but what I'm saying
I
is
like the
like,
older ones though.
is it like, are we beyond that, or are we going back to that? Like, because I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a Marvel movie. It's a comic book story, so I will go into it expecting to see some unrealistic things.
Yeah,
So I'm not like totally oblivious to the fact that stuff is going to be a little bit far fetched because it's, this is the Marvel universe, so it's not real. But what I'm saying is, what can you put in this movie martial arts wise that I'm gonna be impressed by, that I'm gonna look at it and be like, oh, that was nice how they did that. I've never seen it. But
See,
at the
but
same time, I get what Paul's saying about he ain't looking for that. He's just
yeah.
looking for like well executed martial arts. I get that. But I'm just saying the story to me, when it comes to martial arts, I guess where I'm going with this is
Hmm.
the story to me has to be way better because the martial arts side of it won't be enough to make me feel like, oh, this is a good movie.
It won't
Like,
pull you in, basically.
yeah, like
yeah,
if you're
basically.
doing you're doing kung fu or whatever, I need the story to be good because I'm used to the opposite, where kung fu movies or martial arts, whatever you want to call it, I'm used to the fighting being good and the story not being good. But it's like at this point, you've seen pretty much anything they can do with the fighting. So now it's like you're gonna have to start writing.
Yeah,
That's where I'm going with
I
it.
think this movie is gonna surprise a lot of people. Like, I think people are gonna be like underwhelmed with the trailer, but when the movie comes out, it's gonna be like a hit. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. I think they already sold by the trailer because I heard nothing bad about it. I like, to my knowledge, I'm like one of the only people with my opinion of it. But I'm a martial arts enthusiast too. Like I know what I like, and I think Shang-Chi actually would have potential to make what I like. But I
Yeah,
feel that Marvel is doing it the Marvel way, which is gonna be cool, but it's not. Maybe basically, I'm still searching for that martial arts movie of now. You know what I'm saying? Because when you talk about them, a lot of martial arts movies change over time with genres. Like what Slim was saying, how the wires and the flying and all that stuff, that was literally an era, right?
yep.
But then we got past that era, and then we got like the Tony Jaa stage of martial arts, the brutalness, the efficientness of like different styles that wasn't showcased that much. And then you got what then you moved into like the
Is that a
Raid,
word?
that whole series.
Is that a word? Efficientness.
I don't know.
I don't know. If it is, I'm creating
He
it
just
now.
made it up.
Yeah, I just made it up. I just made it up. So yeah, but still, it's probably supposed to be efficiency.
That's what I was thinking, but I
Yeah.
wasn't sure, man.
Hey, but anyway, but yeah, but then you moved on to the Raid and stuff like that, and that was like genre defining because of how they did martial arts. It was just straight up brutal. It was straight up simple storyline, and you see these little high flying dudes, no wires or nothing, beating the crap out of each other.
The Raid was a good movie. Like, if anybody get a chance to watch it, go watch that. Story ain't gonna be great, but the fighting in it is just crazy.
What is
Definitely,
The Raid. They got a
Raid.
collection. Yeah,
the Raid 1 and 2,
you could just YouTube it, just watch the scenes, and you'll be like, all right, I
right?
see what they talking about.
it? Maybe I'll do that.
Yeah, that'll give you, a little 10 minutes,
Okay,
little snippet.
But
I can do that.
while we back on subject, let's talk about the other things that Marvel said that was interesting in this little trailer. I think they actually showed like over 10 movies for real.
But they showed a lot. I don't know how many. But I know they showed Thor. I mean, just
The titles.
The title. They showed a little bit of the Eternals, which I'm
I don't know
excited
what
for that.
is.
It's another group of superheroes. Like, they were created before, like, the Avengers, all that stuff. They were, like, humans that were created by, like, the Celestials that were, like, beings in the Marvel Universe that created life, or they created planets. They did a whole bunch of stuff. So they created these humans to protect Earth that were superhuman. Like how Thanos is created, he was created the same way. But he was a part of another group called the Deviants, like that. That's why like Thanos was so powerful, because he's like a being that was created by gods, basically.
Gotcha. But
Right.
ain't Thor a god? Because he
Yeah.
had a very hard time with Thanos.
Yeah. Basically Thor is kind of a god, but he's a god
Kinda?
to us. But he's really like an alien. He lives on a different planet
That's
in
true.
a different realm. So he's not human, but to us he's a god because we're, human, we're weak compared to him. So they would consider him a god.
Right.
This is exactly why I stayed away from comic books, man.
I mean, it's a lot, you
It's
know what I'm
just too
saying?
complicated.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like
Yeah.
brand new, yeah.
It's a lot to digest, you know what I'm saying? All at once.
I don't know how y'all even processed all this stuff growing
I
up.
mean,
as
over
kids.
30 plus
Like,
years of reading.
Yeah, you're a kid. That's all you
you're
were
a
doing.
kid. Yeah, I wasn't doing that. That's what I'm saying. Like all the stuff I was doing as a kid. I'm like, when did y'all have time to read all these books, man?
Hey, man.
Because we used to
Remember.
go to this place called a library, and you
Yeah, I
had
went
to.
there too.
No,
and
but
I used to.
I was just saying, like, people don't go to libraries no more. Like, remember, like, school, you'd be like, you got to do a book report. Like, you
Yeah.
can't be on your computer like how you are now. Like,
Right.
you have
Was you
like,
doing your book report or you reading comic books?
I would do both. I would
Yeah, I ain't
get
had
the
time for
book
that.
and get
Yeah,
the whole
time
bunch
for
of
that.
comics.
Yeah, I ain't had that time, man. I would get the comics and I would just draw the pictures, and I wasn't doing no book reports either. I wasn't doing nothing I was supposed to be doing, but I was just wondering, man. Like, I ain't have time to read comic books. That's why I don't know about most of this stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, but sometimes cartoons fill in a lot of void too, because you had actual good comic cartoons back in the day, like the X-Men, Spider-Man,
Yeah.
Iron Man had like 4 different versions, I believe.
Yeah, I never seen an Iron Man cartoon. Didn't know
There was
it
plenty of
existed.
them.
Yeah, I think he had a Saturday morning one.
Yeah, there was plenty of them.
Iron Man is another one who I knew nothing about. I just knew who he was, but only because I saw pictures. And I knew nothing about him until like the Marvel movie. Only knew who he was, but and what he looked like, but that was it. I didn't know his like origin. Like until the movies came out, I didn't know Iron Man was just like a human, a regular human being, like in a suit.
You thought he was just like a robot or something?
I thought all people in the Marvel universe were mutants.
Oh, you didn't know there was other people.
Yeah, I didn't know it was like superheroes who were like just regular humans who just had abilities or whatever. I thought everybody was a mutant. I thought everybody had some type of special power. I didn't know there were like man-made powers and stuff like Iron Man who created his, his power. I thought it was like, no, some weird origin where something happened to him and he's a mutant. That's what I thought everybody was.
Interesting. That's probably how other people see it too. Like you haven't read comics or you haven't watched none of these Marvel movies that they probably think the same thing. I know there's people.
Right.
I know people that don't like none of the Marvel movies. They're like, I just don't like them.
Yeah, I mean, it's understandable. It's like they're good, but they're only good to people like us who feel entertained by these things and these stories. But, I mean, because it's no different than a person like yourself who's like, I'm not into, you might not be into reality TV. And the people who are, they just like live by it. You like,
Exactly.
how can you like this? And they like,
Yeah.
how can you not?
Yeah.
But different strokes, different folk.
Correct.
With Marvel and everything they plan on doing, it kind of make a question though how you want to look at it, because they didn't drop like 11 different titles in that trailer too today, and I think the years go all the way to like 2024.
Yeah, it's a long time.
So is it me or Disney just ain't care about nothing with the pandemic? Like they going like, oh, you gonna get back in these theaters?
Yeah, they're taking advantage for sure. They're like, we're gonna drop all this stuff no matter what. That's one thing like I miss the most, like going to the theater though. Like it's kind of weird now with all the COVID stuff to go back in a theater for me. I mean, I don't know. I'm sure people are going and stuff, but to be in a packed theater again, like it just makes it seem like so long ago when that happened, and I miss it like so much.
I know, right?
And go to the movies then.
Yeah, but it's like you go to the movies and it's like almost a private viewing. It's like it's just weird.
And then on top of that, it depends on what area you in. Like for instance, in my area, the theaters like I go to when I wasn't going with like a group of people, they still ain't open back up at all. So it's like that was like my personal theater. I go see things that people wasn't interested in. So I still have no way of going to a theater, minus like going further out. If I even wanted to, dive in those waters.
I guess they'll be back
They'll be
at
back.
some point.
This is my question though. So with theaters come back, how you think they're gonna do food prices this time?
They gonna be the same. Like I don't think that's gonna
more.
change.
They gonna
Everything
try
will
to
cost
give for
more
lost time, like
after
bag
the
popcorn,
pandemic.
$15.
Ain't that how much it costs already?
No, it was like
Almost.
10.
Almost.
Everything will cost more after this is over, I think. So be prepared.
Like going to the store, you see prices of stuff that you're like, I don't remember this costing $5. I remember it costing $2. It's the same stuff that you've been buying forever.
Well, it's a
Yeah.
shortage of something every week. I think like the latest headline I saw that caused some slight controversy. What they saying about to be a shortage of chicken.
Oh yeah, there's a shortage of chicken. People gonna die. I'll tell you that right now. if someone can't have chicken, oh man, it's gonna be bad news.
Chicken is very necessary for
Pretty-
survival.
Pretty soon you're just gonna buy a chicken so you can have one in your house, so you can just in case have them be making baby chickens.
Yep.
What's wrong?
Like make sure you keep on
Yeah.
checking them eggs.
I don't know.
Where do like chicken wings come from? Like wing things. Like,
Chickens?
Are you serious? From chickens.
Come on, man. Use your brain. Listen to the question, man.
Where do they
I don't-
come from?
Obviously, it's chicken. I'm talking about if you look at a chicken wing,
Yeah.
it's not the same size as the chicken wing you buy at a restaurant when you order chicken wings. Like There's like chicken wings, like a real chicken wing.
You talking about with
Like
the
no,
flapper
I'm
on it?
talking about just in general. Like
Mm.
a chicken wing is usually bigger than what we eat when we go to say a BW3s or something. Like a actual chicken wing is bigger than that.
Uh-huh.
The wings when you go to like places like B Dubs or whatever, and you order 20 wings,
Hmm.
that's not the size of a real chicken wing. Like those are smaller. That's why I said wingdings.
They
Like
probably get them from smaller chickens. They don't let them mature all the way.
Yeah, well, I say because
well, that's
like there's a
kind of
whole
what the
bunch of
question
stuff.
was. Like I was wondering, like is like what is the difference in the chickens that produce this specific type size of wings? Like
It all depends though, because they have like some genetic alterations going on in chickens too. You know what
right,
I'm saying?
that's where I'm coming from. Like are these some type of genetically modified wings or
I mean, it's
vice versa?
possible.
Highly possible.
Yeah.
Do
Highly
you care?
possible.
No.
No.
It's chicken at the end of the day. No.
Right. It tastes like chicken.
The
I
thing
mean, I
the
agree.
thing with me is like, when we was growing up, no one cared about like GMO, organic,
Hmm.
none of that stuff,
Right.
right? And we're, in our 30s and we survived this long. It's like me changing my diet now ain't really going to change too much. I
Hmm.
mean, I'm stuck on that. Like if I turn vegan tomorrow, what's going to add maybe 10 years extra if that happens, if everything goes right?
Maybe,
Maybe
And
not.
that's a give or
maybe
take
not.
because
And then I'll be
this what
miserable.
it all depends though. This is what I think when you come to like extreme diet changes or something like that.
Hmm.
A lot of this stuff is like new fad thing. So we ain't even really had the time to prolong itself out to know that it fully works. You know what I'm saying? Like we ain't to the point where we seen a person raised from birth
Well, there's a lot of them
pure
now.
vegan, huh?
There's a lot of people now that are like raising their kids vegan or whatever.
No, I mean, but I'm saying though, I'm talking about, but can we name a person who was born vegan and seen them die vegan? Like how long that
Oh,
actually prolonged their life? You know what I'm saying?
yeah, I don't know.
Anybody
Like that
raised
stuff.
as a vegan at some point in their life, they get a taste of chicken and they're like, man, this is delicious. I've
Yeah,
been missing out on this. Oh my goodness, what else is there to offer? And then they just go downhill from there.
Yeah,
Nobody's dying a vegan.
no, it's tough. That's a tough lifestyle
Even if
to
you was
to
about
do.
to die, you'd be like, let me
Extremely
get,
tough.
please let me have a bite of that greasy cheeseburger
Yeah,
before I pass.
let the
Like,
drippings hit my lip.
put
But
some ranch dressing on it. I want to go all the way.
yeah, but even those diets, man, they super expensive. Like to
Yeah,
eat healthy
heck
is really
yeah.
expensive. Like I try to eat healthier, but it's still tough to like eat 100% healthy.
It's all set up that way. That's why poor people are fat. Like,
Well,
they want us
That's
to be
actually
fat.
really, really true.
yeah,
They want the poor people to be unhealthy. So it's like we're gonna make healthy food expensive.
yeah.
We gonna put mad McDonald's
Oh, of
in the
course.
neighborhoods where the people are poor. And you're like, all right, we just gonna survive off McDonald's. Cool. It's
Yeah.
delicious.
Like, dude, you used to grow up and just drink a whole gallon of Hawaiian Punch by yourself.
Right.
And
This
now
is true.
you didn't know that it was super bad for you. But now you be
Right.
like, I can't even drink it because it's so
Right.
sweet.
You're like, it's
It's
so
so bad for
sugary.
you.
Right.
You're like, I could taste the diabetes in every gulp.
Yeah.
That pure sugar.
Yeah, that mug goes right to your system. You're like, I
turn
don't
you
even gotta
super-
digest it.
Turn you
You
super
better be careful
saiyan.
or you don't get that sugar.
Right. Just hit your bloodstream immediately.
You be
No
like, hamana,
digestion.
hamana, hamana, hamana. You're like,
Right.
running.
I'm about to go rob a bank.
But
It's
yeah,
like crack,
yeah.
liquid cocaine, man. Get you all hopped up as a kid too. Now
But
it
like,
makes sense.
but
That's
just
why we could play basketball from sun up to sundown.
yeah,
Man.
exactly. But I don't know about y'all, but like I be feeling weird sometimes when there's like a massive amount of people in one area. You're like, it just gives me like anxiety now because of like all the stuff about COVID and all the people, passing away from it.
Well,
Like it be giving me anxiety. I'm like, I need to get out of here.
just so you know.
Yeah.
So seeing as how we on the subject of COVID, and I say I had COVID, and it was one of the worst situations of my life. But dealing with people afterwards made it 10 times worse.
Yeah.
especially with some of the things that they had in place to deal with it. That's like my worst pet peeve of dealing with navigating through COVID was you go in the store and they had them arrows this way, that way.
Oh man. Yeah.
And then when people be in the aisleways and they don't know what to do, right? So then they just stay there. Like you supposed to make a move first. Like, you gonna go? I wanna go. Oh no. I don't know what to do. That pissed me off so much.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep it real. I'm one of those people who don't follow the arrows, and I'm like,
Yeah. I don't either.
I never have.
I'm at the
Yeah.
store walking down this aisle. Oh, the arrows say go this way. Sorry,
Oh well.
I use my
never
right hand to pick stuff up, so I'm gonna walk this way.
I gotta tell y'all a story. I was in the supermarket, and that's when they first started putting the arrows on the ground. Like I ain't know that they had arrows. I was like, what does this mean? Of course,
Right.
I should have read it, but I was going down the wrong way, of course. And some lady's like, "You're going down the wrong way." I was like, so I looked at her. I'm like, man, like people, here we go. Now we're gonna have COVID police. Like
Kick rocks, lady.
yeah. So like later on, like about 2 minutes later, I was down the other aisle and she came up the wrong way, and I was like, "Oh, you're going down the wrong way." And then she gave me that look like, yeah, she gave me that look like, touche, touche, senor, touche.
Tip their hat to you.
Yep.
Like,
She
you
was
got
like,
me.
I hope you enjoy all your tacos later. Oh man,
Oh man, that's funny.
yeah. But I was like, man, COVID just make people nuts, man. Like I understand the
Yeah.
precaution, and I'm down with all that. I don't like wearing a mask. I'll wear it, whatever. But people have actually turned nuts.
Yeah, that's what fear does to people, though. Like,
Yeah,
make people start like tripping, man. Like I'm more on the side of like I follow all the precautions, and
yeah,
I listen to like the rules. I don't break them, except for when I'm at the grocery store. I will walk down the wrong aisle, but other than that, it's like I follow the rules, and but at the same time, I'm not like when it's a crowd or something. I don't, like you said, anxiety. I don't get anxiety. I just like whatever, but because I'm like in the middle, like I've had people die from it too, and so I'm not a person who's like, oh, it's fake. Like I don't think that. I think that's stupid to say. At the same time, I can't be like afraid. Like I can't like walk around and worry about it so much where I'm like every little thing is like, hope I don't get COVID.
yeah. I agree.
Like I even got like a routine I gotta do when I like drop my kid off, and I gotta like basically check his temperature, write it down, fill out this paper, all this crap, sanitize, and I take my kid to daycare, and I do all that, and then my kid still comes home with a cold from daycare, and I'm like, obviously people aren't like not sick when they come
Yeah.
here. I'm like, so what's all this for? Like, there's no way we doing all this and we're preventing COVID, but we ain't preventing the average cold. Like, come on, man.
Yeah,
So a lot of it is just like I think just for people's mental state to make them feel like, yeah, we're following protocol, keeping it clean, because
Yeah.
my kid always coming home sick and he ain't got COVID, so it's pretty annoying.
yeah.
Yeah, COVID as a whole been annoying.
It changed like everything,
Changed
entertainment.
the whole world.
Change like everything you do. Like stuff you used to have fun. We was talking about the other day where, oh, weather's getting nice. Let's go play basketball. Oh man, hoops are down. You can't even go play basketball.
Right?
You
You
can't.
don't know where to find a court with rims on it now.
Yeah, it's like we gotta normalize something eventually.
Yeah, they like we're gonna normalize these masks.
Yeah, exactly.
They like play with these masks on. Oh, you like basketball? Do you like masks? I don't get it.
Yeah.
Some stuff is like, cause like for instance, I actually have seen a basketball game. Like I want to say it's high school, middle school, something,
Yeah,
and they was playing with masks, and I'm like,
What?
yeah, that's
I swear.
super tough.
and I'm like, okay, so some kid pass out because he can't breathe right, because he wearing a mask. That's okay, but don't let him get COVID. Like that don't make sense to me. It's like,
Well, COVID has a whole bunch of things that don't make sense.
Yeah,
and if you playing ball and you like you physically you like all sweaty and rubbing up on people and all this, and you telling me that's cool because he got a mask on?
yeah, I don't know.
It's like, where's the balance?
Yeah, like we need people to just give us like straight guidelines, not like what people think or whatever. Like the scientists, whatever they say, what's supposed to be right. So let's follow that. But like, they got to start coming up with something like, okay, well, this is cool, this is not cool, because people just do what they want anyway. So
Pretty much.
Well,
like,
that's the problem.
like if you're
People
playing
doing so much
sports,
what they want.
they need to be like, well, if you're gonna play sports, you don't need to wear a mask, or if you're gonna do this, you don't need to wear it, because either way, then we shouldn't be doing nothing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Like the NBA, they don't wear masks while they play.
No, and all of them ain't vaccinated either. So
Right. And they're fun.
yeah,
And it's like, why you making these kids wear masks while they playing basketball?
They the
Because
future.
technically, if you followed all these protocols, the people who are entering to play basketball should already be good to go anyway, right? Because
Well,
at school, we're checking temperatures and we're making sure everyone is sanitizing. So technically, these people should be good to go, right? When they
Yeah.
come to the gym to play. But
I don't know.
now. I don't know.
I mean, look here. When we talk about the whole COVID-19 situation, what's actually true and what's actually false, it's still too much of a mixed narrative. That's why everything's still as complicated as it is. You don't know what to believe or who to believe. You hear stories of this, you see stories of that, you hear people that you know, reaction to things. And remember, the main thing of COVID is that if you get infected with it, or even if you get the vaccine, no matter what, everybody made different and it affect everybody differently.
yeah.
So there is no 100% way to make like a straight up guideline for how it's gonna work. And I think that's a humongous problem we dealing with as a people in the whole world. Because what we got going on right now, like India is getting devastated tremendously by it. But what happened to when this first started? Who nearly their whole country got destroyed bad? Was it Italy?
I think Italy probably.
And we hear nothing about them no more. But that's COVID.
COVID
Yeah.
has ruined us.
Yeah, it changed the
Ruined us
world.
all.
Yeah, for a world changer.
I
But
don't know who I am anymore.
yeah, everybody's mental health is like a big issue.
Nobody cares about mental health.
That's right.
Yeah,
Nobody cares. Mental health, one of those things nobody care about until
Yeah,
you,
until
like,
you get
lose
it. Yeah, so you in a padded room.
Yeah, right. It's like
Right.
you could tell a person like, I'm losing it, man. I'm starting to go crazy. They'd be like, oh man, you should get some help with that. And then
Yeah.
you don't.
That's
and then
about
they
it.
just go on about their life. And then next thing you know, you're like, man, you heard old so and so he went and shot up a school bus. And you're
Yeah.
like, he told
Like
you
I
he was
said,
crazy
something
like 3
was wrong
years
with
ago. Right. But you just said, get some help. And they're like, man, I can't believe you would do something like that. Like he told you he was
Yep.
crazy.
He told you he
You
wanted
didn't-
some chicken, but y'all said it was a shortage.
Right. You would have gave them all flats that
Yeah.
night.
All flat. He like
Yeah.
Wingstop messed up his order, took him off the edge.
So I ain't asked for no drumsticks, man. That'd be making me hot for real, though. I'd be like, give me all flats. People putting drumsticks in there. I'm like, you know what? You just ruined my night. I don't even want no chicken wings no more.
I'd be
I'm
like,
gonna
I'll
eat
take
these,
them.
but
I'm like, I'll take them.
no, son. I'll throw them away before I give them away.
And you know what I don't get is like at restaurants, right? They make you wear a mask in it, but then you don't have to wear it when you eat. So it's like it's kind of defeat the
'Cause
purpose.
When you get to your table, COVID
It
don't
stops.
sit at tables.
Yeah, COVID's very, very
COVID
picky
don't
on
sit
where it
at
attack
table.
you.
And
at.
what-
It ain't gonna attack you while you eating.
And you know what another
That don't
pet
work.
peeve is like all this plastic that goes up. Like even at restaurants, they got a plastic, but the plastic don't surround your whole table or like the cashier.
I
There's-
haven't been in a restaurant to see that. Actually.
I've seen it. It's
And
funny
not
because
'cause
like
I'm
the
scared, but I just haven't.
booth will have like a plastic barrier, and it's like it doesn't cover the whole thing. You're not enclosed. It's just like a piece of plastic sitting up. Like I don't think
I
COVID
didn't
can
know
go
that.
around it easily. Like
No,
it'll.
COVID don't sit at tables, man.
Oh yeah,
No, not that time. No, not that time. No.
it's just funny.
COVID got a little bit of respect.
Yeah.
COVID say, COVID don't, they ain't gonna bother you while you.
He's like, oh, it's plastic. Damn it, you got me.
He said, oh, they over there eating, man. I'm gonna leave my
Yeah.
room for now.
Or like
Right.
when you see the people with like the whole plastic face mask with no mask over their mouth.
Yeah.
Like, what is that doing?
The most stupidest thing ever.
I don't know.
Do you feel like
That
this,
irritates me, man.
I know.
I think it's just amazing.
People be wearing the shield, man. Like,
Yeah, like, are you gonna weld something? Like,
right.
What
Be
are you
like, how's
doing?
that blocking
Like,
everything?
like, hold on.
coming out
Let
the
me cough
bottom?
on the side of your face.
Yeah.
You know, do you feel like it's disrespectful? Like if you say you met up with a group of friends, right?
Mm.
He's like, yeah, we gonna meet here. Everybody shows up. Everybody got on masks. And then there's one friend who pull up, no mask, and he chilling. Even though he see everybody else wearing masks, he still ain't like acknowledging and putting on one. He's just like,
Yeah.
no mask in it. He free balling.
No
And you
mask.
like, you like, yo, you just gonna pull up straight raw like that while everybody else is trying to, like, obviously people wearing masks, they taking in consideration other people.
Yeah.
You just pull up no mask. Would you feel a way about that though? Like if
I
a
do.
friend did
Yes.
that?
I
Definitely.
do. I'll tell you 100%. This is like real talk. So after I had COVID and I was stuck in limbo because afterwards, I'm just throwing this out here. Back then when I had it, there was no protocol of anything afterwards. So like you couldn't even go to a doctor. It was crazy, right? So eventually I done passed my time of being in the house, whatever. So I'm going out in public. I don't know what I am. I don't know if I'm normal. Am I well? Am
Are you
I
mutant?
still contagious? I don't know what I am. To my mind, I was a supervillain. Like if anybody get on my nerves, I could just like
That's definitely how
die. But you know,
This guy.
definitely how I saw you after you had it.
but now, however, I hate when I see people who don't wear masks because I understand it's annoying and this and that, but it just shows how selfish and ignorant you can be.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Especially like in a place where like it's like supposed to be mandated.
You right.
So what's up, guys, man? What viral stories y'all got for me this week, man? I want to know what's up.
All right, here we go. Best
Got
part
a
of the
couple.
day.
Got a couple.
All right.
I'll go first. Why not? So, in Michigan, a woman glues her eye shut after mistaking nail glue for eye drops.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, so how the story goes, a woman named Yasidra Williams went to sleep at night with her contact lenses stuck in. So she said she woke up in the middle of the night about 1 in the morning and wanted to take them out because her eyes were dry. So not really looking, she fumbled through her purse and picked up a bottle which she thought was like, the eye drops.
The
In
visor.
actuality, yep, it was nail glue. And it was like the same size bottle. So she do her little quick dabs, and then she started realizing like, okay, this ain't soothing.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, is that Tabasco sauce?
Cedra. She should have seen. Like how you. I would assume that the eye drops and the nail glue don't got the same type of consistency. So like, how do you feel that hit your eye and not immediately know?
But you know what though?
I don't know.
It
Like
ain't.
did her eyes get glued shut?
Hold on, because it makes sense now. I think about the end. So, because she started throwing cold water in, and she said she couldn't put her eyes apart, it wouldn't work because it was super glue, basically. So her husband luckily called 911. She got taken to the hospital. Now at the hospital, remember I said she had contact lenses. So thanks to her having contact lenses, it saved her eyes.
Wow.
So that means when she would probably drop them in, it hit the contact lens first before it hit anything else. So she ain't feel it until she probably tried blinking.
Ooh. Man.
Man,
That's got to be the worst feeling.
Ooh, hold
I
up.
want a divorce.
Yeah.
Like,
can't
you
be-
can't.
Can't
I
believe I'm
can't
married
trust you
to an
with
idiot.
having kids.
Yeah. Messed
So,
up.
I want a divorce. And I want
so they had to. So how they had to get rid of it was they had to pull up her eyelashes, and they told her she wouldn't lose her eyelashes because that would have had to use to keep her eyelids open.
She was like, leave the stuff in.
Yeah.
Leave the glue. I'm giving up my eyelashes.
Now, do your
How long it
eyelashes
took
grow
me to put
back?
these on. Yeah.
That's the great question.
Okay.
I guess they do. But I
Eyelashes
don't know.
grow back.
Females,
They just
they
grow
do
very
alternatives
slow.
theirs.
Eyelashes grow very slow. You know what
Yeah.
don't grow back? Ear hair.
What?
The hair in your ears. Not like, I'm not talking about the hair that you see in your ears. I'm talking about inside your ear. It's like these little follicles that, like, if they get damaged, like when people have like damage to their eardrum, it's like some little fine like hair in there. It's like, it's weird. It's like if it gets like damaged, it's like your hearing will be messed up and it won't come back.
Mm.
Look at this guy on
Man.
National Geographics.
Right.
Man, I'm lightweight genius.
I
Borderline
see.
genius.
That boy know you want
Dropping
Discovery.
gems.
All right, I got a story. So, I got a couple, but I'm gonna read this one first. So, man gets probation for selling fake virus protection.
Huh?
Okay.
Massachusetts man who was at the outset of the coronavirus pandemic sold devices designed to be worn around the neck that he falsely claimed protected against the virus and bacteria. He has been sentenced to a year of probation. So basically, he was selling some type of device,
Fake PPE, basically.
telling people that
Wow.
it protects you from the virus, and people were dumb enough to buy it.
But that dude was a scumbag for
Exactly.
trying to trick people, man. That's messed up.
He is, but I mean, do you feel like they gave him probation and he had to pay $1,500? Do you feel like to me, if I was a scumbag and I was living that life, $1,500 fine and probation ain't enough to make me not
No.
partake in more scumbaggery. Like, I'm gonna be like, oh, that's it. I'm
Yeah.
about to go to the next place and do the same scam and hope I don't get caught.
He was like, I made $1,500 in a day. I'll just
Right.
pay that back real quick.
He's like, I ain't nothing, and I'm on probation. Whoop-de-doo.
Yeah.
It's crazy, but it worked. So anyway, he pled guilty, and
I would
they
love
say
to see.
he pled guilty to distribution and sale of an unregistered pesticide.
What? He was
That's what it
selling.
says.
He was selling pesticide to people.
I
Wow.
guess.
Oh,
Unregistered
Pure scumbag.
pesticides.
yeah.
Right.
I would love to see the picture of the device that he was
Me
supposedly
too.
saying what it was.
Me too. They said that it was a card-shaped device to be worn on a lanyard around the user's neck.
Wow.
That's all they said about it.
So he was probably dipping the card in pesticide and be like,
Maybe.
yeah, this chemical is what keeps COVID away.
Right.
It's
So
like-
it burns your skin.
Yeah,
They
plus it
said
gives you
that-
cancer.
They said it was to protect the wearer from viruses or bacteria, and the product's main ingredient was chlorine dioxide. So
That is.
neither do I, but I don't know. He
You have to look it
oh,
up.
you
Pauly.
know what that is?
What is chlorine dioxide?
Oh man, that's the stuff. Remember when the president was on TV and he was like
Oh,
saying all these things that I heard this works and all this. It was one of those products that he mentioned on the
Oh.
yeah.
Once again, fake news.
yeah.
Oh man,
Like,
That's
just
a good
put
one.
UV light in
dude.
your body and you kill all the virus.
right?
Right. How can we inject it?
Yeah,
All right.
that's my story.
I got one more for me. So, GPS snafu almost led a groom to marry the wrong woman in Indonesia.
What?
Oh, what?
That don't make sense. How can
I'm
the
about to tell
GPS make
The
you marry
GPS.
somebody the wrong person?
So check it out. Now let's think what we talk about Indonesia. Indonesia is a place that have arranged marriages.
Okay.
So what happened was he was supposed to get married to her in Central Java, in a city I really can't pronounce.
Oh yeah, I know where that's at.
Okay.
I sent some sarcasm.
What? No.
So when he arrived there, right, he didn't know that GPS took him to the wrong location. But the wrong location also had a wedding going on the same day.
What are the chances?
Wow.
Exactly. So the killer part is he got him and his entourage step in the house getting ready for the wedding. Now he never seen his wife's people because he ain't knew her.
Yeah.
And vice versa. So his people meet with her peoples, the fake white people. They exchanging gifts and everything. Then they even sit in the seats like they about to get married for real.
Wow.
Wow.
They exchanging gifts. That's interesting.
But
So
he,
what make it 10?
he's
What's
never
up?
seen his wife though, like the one he's
His
supposed
wife's
to marry.
peoples. She
Her
wasn't there.
family.
Oh, she
Okay.
wasn't there. I get it. Okay.
Right. So make it more worse is that the fiance of that marriage he was at,
Yeah.
she was already gone getting her makeup done. So she wasn't there at all.
Gotcha.
So yeah.
Wow. Talk about like a mistake.
Yeah. A huge mistake.
But at the same time, talk about a coincidence at the same time. Like, just happened to be another wedding going on.
At the same time.
Right. That's crazy, man.
Right. So of course when both the real groom and the wife showed up, like who this guy?
Yeah.
Wow.
And then they literally left the whole scene.
That's when he
It's
should have
crazy.
said, I feel like this is a sign. We're
Yeah.
supposed to be marrying each other. Like, why did they bring me here? Why did the universe bring me here? I need
So the
answers.
funny part is, as on social media too, like them leaving the wedding because it's all wrong.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah. That's
Wow.
that's almost like an impossible situation that happens.
Right. That's one of them stories you tell people and they don't believe you.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, right.
That's when you just go
That's
play the
great.
lotto. Like, yo,
Yeah.
go play the lotto
really.
today.
Today's a special day.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. That's great. All right. I got one more. German police say grenade-shaped item in forest was a sex toy.
Okay. Germany. Wow. Y'all be doing y'all thing out there.
Right. So, a German police bomb squad was called to investigate a suspected hand grenade in the Bavarian forest, determined that the object actually was a rubber sex toy. A jogger reportedly found a bag containing the device Monday in a forest outside the city.
That's wild, man.
The discovery of forgotten or hidden munitions is still a regular occurrence in Germany more than 75 years after the end of World War II. But when a bomb squad arrived and inspected the contents of the bag, they determined it was a rubber grenade replica. The condoms and the lubricant in the bag helped inform the hypothesis about the device's intended use, police told German news. An internet search confirmed the suspicions police had. There are actually sex toys in the form of hand grenades. Excuse me?
Yeah.
Wow.
Who wants a hand grenade? Sex
Right,
toy.
like what like what? Like what do you do with that?
Oh, you know what to do with it.
No, I really
Nah,
don't.
I'm just
like what do you do with it? I
Oh,
don't know.
man.
Like what do you do with a sex toy that's shaped like a hand grenade? Like what? I know people be doing their thing, but you must be getting real crazy.
Yeah, like
In the forest though?
you having a wild night.
Yeah, and that's a good question too. Why was it in the forest? Like,
Hey, man, they
what
they
happened?
doing wild stuff out there. I guess.
Right. The rituals. Oh, the
A
rituals.
bag of sex toys in the forest.
He's like, we got
And it's-
condoms, we got lubricant, and we got
Yeah.
the grenade.
Right.
It's gonna be
He's like, did you say grenade?
It's gonna be a
Could you imagine
yeah.
meeting up with some girl that she's like, bring the toys.
Yeah.
All right. You get there. She's like, did you bring the grenade?
Yeah,
Yeah, I bought it. You know, I'm not sure why you wanted it.
yeah. Like you have to pull the pin on it for it to work.
Good question.
Right.
Does it
So I'm
actually
gonna blow
blow
you
up?
up in
Yeah.
I'm gonna blow you up in ecstasy, girl.
Yeah.
Right.
Massive explosion.
Wow.
I don't think we'll ever find out what that's for, but
Yeah,
That's all right.
Yeah.
I don't want to know.
yeah,
I don't either.
yeah.
I don't either.
That's hilarious.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
That's
But
crazy, man.
That's a good one. But moving on, I think it's time for that question thing we do.
The quick hits.
Oh,
Yep.
All
And I
right.
think it's my week.
Cool.
can't wait.
All right. All right. Same format we've been following. 3 questions each, and then vice versa at the end, all right? Who want to go first?
I will.
All right. First question. Who do you think is the best knockout artist in boxing besides Mike Tyson?
I feel like I would have to give it to a person who is known for that. Even though I'm not a big fan, Deontay Wilder. I'm
Yeah.
not a big fan of his, but as far as like his record and how many people on his list have been put to sleep, I'm gonna have to pick him. I mean, he went for a long time where he knocked out every single person that he fought. I think he might have not knocked out maybe his last three opponents, maybe, and two of them was Tyson Fury. So, yeah.
Okay.
Wait, did I get that right? He fought Tyson Fury twice, right?
Yeah, they wait for their third one.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. I think. I'm not even sure. Whatever. Either
All
way,
right.
that's my answer.
Okay. Since the MCU, which Marvel character do you have a greater appreciation for now? Like before the MCU, you ain't cared nothing about them, but now, since the movies and all the TV shows and all that, who do you like appreciate now?
For me, it'll be Doctor Strange because before the MCU movies, never heard of him. I thought it was just some magician or something. I'd never heard of him. I had no interest in finding out who he was. And then when I saw the Avengers movies, then I was like, yo, he's pretty sweet. Made me kind of start to do my research a little bit. And I think his power and ability, obviously a lot more important than I thought because he had one of those stones too. And yeah, Doctor Strange, someone
All
I didn't
right.
appreciate and I do now.
All right, all right. Last one for you for now. Your favorite game or game series that should be remastered?
Should be remastered, huh?
And I'll say like game series. You
Honestly,
say like a trilogy, and
I'll
like you want the
say
whole trilogy remastered.
I got one. For me, I would love if they remastered and just like upgraded the game, maybe the story, but remastered like Grand Theft Auto San Andreas.
That'd be
Like if
cold.
they redid that
Hmm.
with today's graphics and you know freak the story a little bit, that like that game would sell like it's brand new. I mean, we already know Grand Theft Auto is gold no matter what, but
Yep.
that would be that's a game that I really enjoyed and I want to play it again. I just cannot get myself to go backwards in like graphics and stuff. But
Right.
if they did it over, I would love to play it.
Well, that's right, Rockstar. Bring back CJ.
Yeah, we need that
Yeah.
because you know they put so much in that game. They made it where you ate food and you got fat. You had to go to the gym and work out. Like I thought that was dope. Like because Grand Theft Auto, besides some of the, the fact that you can like murder people and get away with it, but other than that, like that's a game that's like where you was like living a realistic life. You know what I'm saying?
It's like The Sims, but for
Yeah,
the
it was
hood.
similar to The Sims, just on a more dark level.
For
So I
real.
always just thought that was just, I always liked that game anyway, but that was my favorite one. So remaster San Andreas. Now.
All right. Tito,
What up?
ready.
Always, man.
All right. What do you feel is the best fight song
Best fight song?
to get you pumped?
Uh, 3-6 Mafia, Tear the Club Up.
Woo!
I think if you listen to that, there's gonna be a fight somewhere. If you put it in a crowd of people and you just lock them somewhere in a room, there's gonna be a Royal Rumble. I think that's a
Right
great
about
fight
that.
song.
You're right about that.
That's true.
Like they don't get enough I guess credit for kind of that wave of music.
Right.
I feel.
That's true. That's true. I 1,000% agree with you there. All right. What movie genre you think needs to be revisited or revamped?
Movie genre. I would say horror movies, but I like the horror movies now. But I would say like, if it's in the genre, I would say like a slasher flick. I think like the last good one that we had was like the Scream series.
Mm.
And I think if they can make another, not Scream, but a movie in that sense, man, I think that would be a great way to like get horror a little bit more popular. Like people watch it because they're like, oh, it's Jason and Freddy, but like original stuff, like the one movie we seen was the Collector.
Oh yeah,
Like if they could do that type of movie, I mean, I think that would be awesome.
I agree.
true, true, true. And then also, since you kind of answered it a little bit, who to you is the best horror icon ever created? And I ain't talking about like limited. I'm talking about like either like as a vampire or werewolf. Like even those count too.
Are you talking about like character, or are you
It
talking
could be a
about
character, but it could be like
okay,
to like a vampire, like how Dracula was an icon. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like that we go back that old.
okay, best horror icon? I mean, to me, even though it probably ain't popular, I still like. It was scary to me when I was a kid. Freddy Krueger to me was
Hmm.
it was great. Like he blended the comedy and the scary part until it got too corny. You know, when they started making so many.
Hmm.
But I thought like the first couple movies, that was like he was iconic. Like his the hand he has with the blades, the hat, the sweater. Like anybody growing up, 80s, 90s, if you've seen those movies, even if you don't know how Freddy looks, you know those things about him.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and Elm Street, like that's iconic.
Definitely.
Right. Good answers. Good answers. Slump back to you.
Yeah, yeah.
Best fight song.
I'm gonna say that C Murder song, "Down for My
Hitters.
Blank."
Yeah.
Yeah, that definitely. That's all. Like he said, that's automatic fight back in the day. That come on, it's on.
Yeah, it just got that energy. Like
It sure do.
it's crazy.
Dun,
Yeah,
dun, dun,
because
dun, 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 dun.
Yeah.
yeah, a lot of us don't know. I mean, now, I mean, I can now, but a lot of people back in my days of going out don't know how to hear a song like that and not feel like they gotta actually do what the song say and all that. You know, you can't just enjoy the song and be and go on about your business. You gotta act it out. So that usually turns bad, and I've seen it turn bad too many times. So I think that song is just demonic, but that's my
Just on
that's all
another
I
level.
got. But
All right. What movie genre needs to be revisited or revamped?
genre
Yeah.
revamped, I would say revamped. The genre of I think you know what? Can I change it? I'll say this. I don't think this genre needs to be revamped. I think it should be destroyed. Um,
Wow.
Okay.
Okay.
the genre of romantic comedy. I
Yeah.
hate it because I feel like that those movies are just too predictable because they all the same.
They are in love.
It's like the only difference in romantic comedies might be the comedy, but like you always know how the story gonna end. You know how like
That's
there
fair.
was a turn in horror movies where they decided to start like being unpredictable because they would kill off like an important character. Like remember back in the day, it was like when you watched a movie, say a movie where people actually die, you knew like you knew who was gonna die. You knew that they weren't killing the main character. So it was like you knew it was predictable. But I feel
Yeah.
like at some point they threw that out the window and said
Mm-hmm.
we got to come a little more unexpected. So just think about like a show like Walking Dead. Walking Dead was good because they didn't care about killing off main characters. So you never knew who was going to die. And that
Yeah.
made you more interested. So what I'm saying with romantic comedies is like you always know how the story's going to go. You never watch a romantic comedy and think, oh man, I wonder if they're going to fall in love. Like,
Yeah.
you know, at the end, it's going to work out somehow. So
Yeah.
really, the comedy is the only thing that makes the movie interesting. So
Makes
I feel
sense.
like they should just dump that. romantic comedies are not worth your time. And when's the last time you went to the movies to see a romantic comedy? Like if your girl didn't want to see it or something. When have you
That
seen a
fall on
romantic
us.
comedy on TV and was like, "Oh, I gotta see this"?
Love Stinks
Never heard of it.
is the best romantic comedy that was, to my opinion, because it's about a dude who get with a girl and she gold digged on him, and like they hate each other guts the whole movie. It was hilarious.
Would I be wrong for saying not interested?
No, all right, I
No.
don't care.
Next question.
All right, best horror icon.
Freddy Krueger. I was always afraid of Freddy Krueger when I was younger, simply for the fact that he could also kill you in your dreams. I was like, that's a cheat code.
Right.
Yeah.
No
'Cause
hide
you
under
know-
the bed for you.
Yeah, because like think when you was a kid, like what was the thing you did when you were scared? Put your head under the cover, try to fall asleep.
Yep.
But he waiting for you in your nightmares. So what you supposed to do with that?
You can't control your dreams.
Right. You don't know what you walking into when you go into your dream world, man. Freddy Krueger waiting for you. Like, yeah, I'm here too.
Singing the song. 1, 2. Nah,
And that was scary. Even
that
then.
was scary. That was scary as crap.
Oh yeah, definitely.
All right, switch it back. Tito,
Yep.
prime knockout artists besides Mike Tyson.
Is one of my favorite boxers of all time. James Lights Out Tony.
How I knew.
Because that's my guy. And you know why? Because when he put you in the ring, he was trying to destroy you. He didn't want you to walk out the ring.
He definitely was.
He had hatred when he was in there.
This is true. He
I
punches
think
with pure
Still,
hate.
he's still the same one.
Yeah. I think he got over 40 something knockouts. I want to say 45, 47, won by knockout. Like that's a knockout artist.
Yeah, he definitely up there with the
Yeah.
big dogs.
Yeah, he's like one of my favorite boxers up there. Like with Roy Jones and stuff.
Yeah, I like James Tony, man. Always
Yeah.
did.
Oh yeah, especially like
Definitely
remember
a heavy
young
hitter.
bald head James Tony was murdering
He was a
everybody.
beast.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Heavy hitter.
them good boxing days. All right, next one. Since the MCU, which Marvel character do you have a greater appreciation for?
Like I would say Ant-Man. Like I ain't really like him like that. But I think his character, like how they put him in the MCU, gave him like way more a way better storyline in it, because like if he didn't come back from the quantum realm, like they would have never figured out time travel or nothing. You know?
True. Very
And
true.
and it's kind of his
Facts.
power is kind of stupid. Like he gets big and little, but but the way they made it, the movies and all that, I appreciate him more than like reading the comic, because I thought in the comic he was just like a corny dude.
Well, you, sir, were wrong.
Yeah.
He's a legend.
Oh yeah. If it wasn't for him, nobody'd be snapped back.
That's true.
Everybody was being depressed for those 5 years until he came back.
Also, him being when he got real big in the movie, that helped.
Yeah.
He was stuck in underground under the building. Remember, he got blew up.
Yeah, he
blown
brought up Hulk and all them
Yeah.
out of the and Rocket.
Yeah. So I mean,
Yeah, he deserved a lot of credit.
That he does. All right, last one. Favorite game or game series that should be remastered?
Should be remastered. There's a
Eternal
lot of them.
Champions.
That would be good. All right,
What?
because I know you don't like Eternal Champions.
Shaq Fu.
No,
Shafu did give a remake.
but no, it
Yeah,
shouldn't
dude.
have. Something I would like for them to remake, like for this current generation, would be Contra.
Parappa the Rapper.
No, Contra.
Oh,
That's
thought you.
no.
My bad.
I think Contra, man, would be dope, and not a first-person shooter, or it could be a first-person shooter, kind of be like Doom, or something like that, in that realm.
No,
That would
one
be
hit
sweet.
kill.
Huh?
Not
Oh
with
no,
one hit kill.
no, not the way that game is. But I'm saying like that, but make it like two people, like how it was back in the day. Like you can play through the campaign like that, and I think it would be.
And would it be the
good
same
game.
like you know, I don't know what they call it, but would you want it to be the same as far as like the camera angle, like them
No, I would like it to be
running
more.
side to side?
Nah, like kind of more like Gears of War, like that.
Got you.
Third, kind of like the third person view. You're watching them, and you can hit cover, and you could do stuff like that.
Yeah.
But have like the power ups too. I think that would be
Yeah.
sweet.
That would be sweet. Like Contra, like a real story and that
Yeah.
type of style. Oh, that'd be cool.
That would be a fun game.
I don't know who out there listening, but Capcom, I'm just saying, or
Yeah.
Microsoft, or whoever wants the shooting rights.
Who
Listen,
owns? Don't Konami own
Contra itself?
Contra? Yeah,
They might.
I don't know, but yeah, please remake Contra. That'd be dope.
Right. But that's the end of our journey today, y'all. So you can hear us on YouTube, Apple, Spotify, iHeartRadio, a little bit everywhere.
Subscribe to
And
all
it's
of
been
them.
working because people in
All of
Michigan,
those.
Washington, Minnesota, Virginia, and Texas, international wise,
Appreciate all of y'all.
England and Germany. Thank you all.
Spread the news.
Yep. And we're ending it here, and we want to give a shout out to everybody that listens. We appreciate everyone always commenting, and hopefully you guys keep subscribing. We're gonna try to make new content, and remember that our podcast drops every Monday.
Every Monday.
Every Monday. So I want to give a shout out to everybody out there that listens to us, and everybody international listens to us. And thanks, man. Appreciate it. Peace.
Step into a Slim Jim.
And I'm about to hand you off to my guy with his new Slim Jim.
Always remember, you gotta love that chicken from Popeye.